Hi, this is Sven from Disturb Cooking in Germany. I have this collaboration video with Gary from Cooking Everything Outdoors, and we exchange recipes that are pretty famous dishes during these days. One is a turkey. I will grill my first turkey based on Gary's recipe, and Gary will grill a goose, which is a standard recipe here for Christmas and a special day which is called St. Martin's Day.
The Outdoor Cook, Cooking Everything Outdoors show. I hope you try this at home.
Hey, thanks, Sven. I am so looking forward to cooking this goose. It's a special Christmas event for me. I can't wait to share it with the family, and I can't wait to share it with all my friends on YouTube. So let's go over our goose stuffing ingredients. So we have 2 sour apples. These are actually Granny Smiths. And 2 onions, and I've quartered them. 1 tablespoon of marjoram, 1 tablespoon of mugwort, 2 teaspoons of black pepper. That's for the stuffing inside the goose. And then on the skin, the outside of the goose, I have 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. Let's talk a little bit about our goose. Found a 10-pound, they call it a free range. Really, on a goose, I'm not sure how that works, but I got a 10-pound goose here. It's just absolutely beautiful. I've trimmed off the extra fat. I've trimmed off the neck that's included on the goose. And then from the wing, I cut the tip off from the second joint. Now, stuffing the goose should be pretty straightforward. And what I want to do here is just basically open up the cavity. And I want to get my dry ingredients in there as best as possible. Guess I'm going to have to clean that up. And that was a big fail there, Gary. So let's do this. Put that in there. That was our marjoram. This is our mugwort. Get that in there. And I'll add a little bit more pepper after I've stuffed it. So I'm going to stuff my apples in there, and I don't know how much of this I'm going to get in there, but we'll get her stuffed as best as we can. Probably have a lot more apple and onion than I'm actually going to fit in this. We'll see if we can, yeah, I'm going to say 2's an overkill. So now that's all that's left to do is to salt my carcass. And I'm not sure this is supposed to be a heavy salt or a light salt. I'm just going to salt both sides. And here I'm using my classic Camp Chef oval roaster, and I've just put a roast rack on the top. I'm going to suspend the goose above the pot. So in this recipe, we're going to be cooking our goose upside down, breast side down, for the first hour. Just like that. Let's add the rest of our salt. Now on the bottom of our oval roaster, I want to add about 1 to 1.5 cups of salted water. Okay, so what I have is my kettle grill set up with indirect heat. I have some natural lump charcoal, or not lump charcoal, but natural hardwood charcoal briquettes in here. And what I'm looking for is about 360 degrees for the first hour. So let's get our goose in the grill. On the grill, in the grill. So we've had our goose on the grill upside down for 1 hour at about 360. And it's time to flip it over. Let's see how we did. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Wow. And we got, this was pretty much sitting right on top of the dome there, so it didn't brown up, but that's going to change when we flip this over. I'm not sure what the best way of doing this is. I think I'm just going to manhandle it. And it's only 10 pounds. And we'll get that flipped over, and that is going to be gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to cook this up until the internal temperature reaches 165 in here around the thigh and the breast. But just be very, very careful with this. I'm going to baste it about every 15 minutes or so with the fat and juice that's dripped down below, and keep this just turn it into this golden brown. This smells incredible. I can't wait. Okay, the goose is still cooking, and it's coming up to temp really, really nice. And as it's just beautiful. As I'm basting, I'm realizing I have a tremendous amount of really, really good stock down there right now. It's full of the grease and the drippings of the goose. And really, I'm going to add my mirepoix in there now. I don't think that's going to mess anything up and take away from the traditional recipe. But you know what? It's going to add a tremendous amount of flavor to this stock that we're building up right now. And I'm just going to use this for the most part. I may have to add some more in there. And that's just going to help make this even more savory as that cooks down. A little variation, but I think it's going to make a killer difference. Okay, our goose is cooked. Did that come out right? I think so. We've reached 165 degrees. This thing is just absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a look at it. Taken the goose out of the roasting rack and the oval roaster bottom half, and I set it in the top half here, and basically I want it to rest. But before it gets to a full rest, I need to heat up this tray, because it's the lid to the oval roaster, and it's cold cast iron right now. So I put it back on the grill. I'm going to cover this bad boy up, and I'm going to let it sit there for a few minutes. And then we're going to pull it completely off. Well, here we are. And the goose is done. And we need to cut some up and plate it and see how we did. Really, really crackly skin here. And these are just pulling right off. So there we have it. There is our cooked Christmas goose. I hope you enjoyed this. Sven, thank you so much. This looks fantastic. I can't wait to try it. It's a lot of fun doing it. Sven at disturbedcooking.com, and also YouTube Disturbed Cooking. Check them out.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Cooking Everything Outdoors show. But without my sponsors, none of this would be possible. Camp Chef at OutdoorCooking.com and Island Grillstone at IslandGrillstone.com. Two great companies with really fantastic products. Go visit them, go say hi, and go buy something. If you want to find out more about me, you can find me on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, and of course, cooking-outdoors.com, where I'm always coming up with something crazy and new. This is Gary House, and I will see you when I see you.